Good morning, dear students. How are you all? Are you okay? Fine. Well, good. Now, this is our lecture number 7, and on the same chapter number 1, Flying South. Beta, this is the last lecture of this chapter on this chapter, because up to here we have discussed all the things. Means first we have read the full chapter line by line. Okay, full explanation I have explained you already. In the second video I have noted down, means I have instructed you to note down the word meaning, then dictation words, hard word, new words which we have dictated into some small pieces of the words, how to learn these new words. Okay, next video I have explained you the question answers, and I have given you some written question answers also in the PDF form in your class WhatsApp group, which I hope that you have noted down in your fair notebooks. And I have received so many messages from your side. Many of the 4th class students, they have sent me the photos of that written work which we have done in their CW notebook. So I appreciate you, I clap for you that you have done very well. And so many of your class students, you have very nice handwriting, very good handwriting, that I also appreciate. But some of the students, they have some mistakes or writing mistake. Their writings are not so beautiful, so I suggested them personally, okay, to please improve your handwriting. Please focus on your handwriting. You need to improve your handwriting. Means up to your 4th class you must be able to write beautifully in the continue writing, pursue writing, like. Okay, so many of the students, they have sent me so beautiful work. Very good, very nice. Now after that we have solved some book exercise in the book only, and what is need to be written I have discussed, or I have explained you in the previous videos, that this portion you need to note down in your CW copy, and this portion you need not to note down. That I have already explained you in the video. So after that we have discussed some we have learned some grammar portion also. You just like noun, punctuations that were given in your 4th class book. So that type of grammar portion you need to do write in the back side half portion, 50%. You remember we divided the notebook into 2 parts. One part is for question answer and second part is for grammar and language. So in that grammar portion, I hope that you have noted down that. Okay, now where we left the question answers, you have written all the question answers that I have given you, and after that you must see that box. Have you seen that box? Noticed that box? That box, something was written there, extra questions. Okay, so now I am giving you some extra questions. Okay, now in the video of the question answers, where I have explained you all the question answers, I have given one task to you also. What was the task? What was the homework? That homework was that you need to prepare at least 5 extra questions by using your mind from this chapter. And I am very happy, I am very glad that most of the students, they have written that extra questions in rough copy or in homework copy, and they click the photos and they sent it to me on my personal WhatsApp number, which I have checked by myself, and I have replied them. I have answered them that whether you have done very good work or whether there are some mistakes. Just like one common mistake was there, means so many of the students, they have written the wrong spelling of referred. REFERRED. Means what was the wrong spelling written there? Means the correct spelling is double R. But some of the students, they have made some mistake that they have written double F. Means the wrong spelling is REFFERED, but the right spelling is this. Means double R should be there, not double F. This is the correct spelling. So like this, I have personally messaged them, the students, those who have made this type of mistakes. So like that, if you have still not sent to me your homework photos, so please now send me so that I can check it, and write your name in class along with your every work, every homework which you submit to me. So write your name and write your class, that class 4th Ruby, class 4th Emerald. Okay, so that I can understand that yes, this work is from your side. Okay. After that, but you need not to note down that extra questions in your CW. No, don't write those extra questions which you are making. I am giving you some extra questions from my side. Means that extra questions which you are writing by yourself, that needs to be done in your rough work or in your homework copy of English. If you have made, then you just send it to me and I will check it. But don't write those question answers in your fair notebook. Why? Because I am giving you some extra questions from my side, and that is common for each and every students of all the three sections: 4th Diamond, 4th Ruby and 4th Emerald. All for all students, that extra questions are common. Why I am giving you from my side? Because these questions are relevant to your exams also. Means these type of questions can be asked in your exams also. That's why I am giving you from my side. Okay, and that exercise is for your mind and your practice. If you have gone through the full chapter, at least 5 times you have to read that chapter. If you have read that chapter 5 times, there is no question, there is no difficulty in making any extra question from that chapter. So I hope that you have done that. Now come to the extra question. Extra questions I am also providing with this video, like in a PDF format in your WhatsApp group, from where you can take a printout also. So it is very easy for your eyes. Okay, means you can note down it from the screen of your computer, laptop, TV, LCD, or you can take a printout and then you can note it down. So it will be less stressful for you to note down. Okay, so but one thing is remaining, that I have not explained that question answers to you. That's why I am making this video, because now I am going to explain these question answers. Otherwise you cannot understand. Means some of you are able to understand, but some of you are still not able to understand what is the question written there and what is the answer. So for your sake, for your benefit, I am making this video. I am explaining these all extra question answers which I have already given you in the PDF format. Let's discuss. Now these question answers you need to note down after just where you have finished your question answers in your fair notebook. Means these question answers you will continue after these questions. You will just start with the same question, extra question answers in your CW notebook. Okay. First question: how did the goose reach south? How did the goose reach south? Means the Jim and Molly, they are living on the north part. You know, in your map we have 4 directions. That is north. The opposite of north is south, and that is east, and the opposite of east is west. These are the 4 directions. Now Jim and Molly, they are living on the northern areas. Means if I draw a picture of Earth, this is our planet. Earth, and this is the coldest area of the North Pole, and that is the South Pole of our Earth. Means, and this is the middle side. So if the birds are flying from that side to these areas, so that is called north, and for this direction is called south. Means the bird was flying from north to south, but accidentally the goose got injured and it was fallen here only. Means he was left here only. Okay, suppose this is a goose. So when he was going to south, but he was not able to fly, that's why he remained in the north. Now the question is, in the end of the story, how did this goose reach to the south, from north to south? How he managed to go south? That is the question. And the half question is also there. One more question is there. Did the children have to pay money? Did the children means Jim and Molly, did they pay something? Did they pay some money to airline? That is the next question. So now the answer of these two questions means there is one only, there is a single question, but this question comprises of two questions, two half of questions. So first half is Jim and Molly, how the goose reach south. Reach means पहुंचना. How he reached south part. Jim and Molly transported the goose south. How did he reach? Because Jim and Molly transported goose to south in a crate. In a crate. What is crate? Crate is a wooden box. So in this wooden box, that is called crate. So who transported? Jim and Molly transported the goose south in a crate, in a wooden box, in a crate, through an airline. How? Airplane. By airplane or through airline. Now what is the difference between airline and airplane? Airplane is a vehicle which can fly in the sky and quickly it can reach to the one part of the earth to the second part of the earth. It can fly. That is a machine, airplane. But what is airline? Airline is a company. Airline is a company who is having that type of many number of airplanes. The airlines having many number of, just like Air India, Jetways, these are the Jetlink, these are the companies of, and this is called airline companies. Okay, but aeroplane is a machine. Now you can write that Jim and Molly transported the goose from north to south in a crate through an airline company, or you can write by an airplane. Simple. Now again the half question is, did the children have to pay money? No. The children did not have to pay money. They did not have to pay money because the airline transported the goose for free of cost. Because airline, they offered Jim and Molly that we can or we will take your goose for free. Why they have offered them free? Because since they have saved one wildlife. Wildlife means the life of this wild goose. So they were happy that children are doing so nice work. They are saving the life of the animals. That's why they were happy and they have offered them free of cost transportation of that goose to south. That is how the injured goose traveled to south part. Next question. What did Molly's mother What did Molly's mother suggest to Molly? What is the suggestion? What did the Molly's mother suggest to Molly? What was the advice? To help the goose. To help the goose. What was the suggestion of her mother? Answer. Molly's mother. Molly ki mother. Molly's mother suggested to Molly that since they were living very far away from the airport, since they were living very far away from the airline, means the distance from their house to airline is very far away, very far. So she should write a letter to the airline. So she should write a letter to airline company, to the airline with the help of Jim. Yes, if she wanted to take the help, she can take the help of Jim also. So that is the answer. Now question number 3. What did the ranger put on the goose leg? What was the thing? Which ranger put around the leg of the goose or goose leg, and why? There are 2 questions. What was the thing the ranger put on the leg of the goose? And the second question is why he did so. Why did he put the band? So 2 questions are there. The answer is the ranger put a band on the goose leg. The ranger put a band. Answer is a band. Band means some type of ring. Some type of ring which he put around the leg of the goose. Can you see? He put some band, metal band. Okay. So that was the thing he put. So complete answer is the ranger put a band on the goose leg. Now why? Half of the question is why. So answer is so that ताकि, इसलिए कि they could recognize the goose. Recognize means identify. They can remember, they can learn, they can know. So recognize means पहचान लेना, identify कर लेना. So that they could recognize him or recognize the goose if they saw it again. Saw means देखना. If they see it again in the future. Maybe in the future they may again see this goose. But how can they recognize that it is our goose? Because all goose are looking alike. They are same in color, white color. So how can you recognize if in future if you see your goose again? So that's why for the identity that it is our goose, he put a band. So question number 4. How did the father describe the bird? If you have seen in the picture number 3 that father had described the goose, that what kind of bird is this and what is happened to that bird, that all is described in picture number 3. If you see where father speaks some information about that bird. So what is the explanation? How did the father describe the bird? Answer. The father said that when father suddenly saw the goose in the hand of Molly, the father said that it was a snow goose. It is a snow goose and it was probably flying. To south for the winter, because in winter time all the geese they migrate from cool place to some hot place, some warmer place. So that's why probably this goose was also probably flying with the other geese for the winter with the other geese. His wing is injured. His wing was injured. So it could not fly. Now it cannot fly because its wing is injured. He needed food too because he must be hungry. So he need food. We should give him something to eat. So that is the explanation of this answer. Now these are the 4 questions which are short answer type question. Now the second type of questions which we have done in our book is that reference to the context type questions. So 4 extra questions which we have made are the general question answers, but now we are going to make some extra questions but of the other type, the reference to the context. In these type of questions, some reference, some line is given from the chapter and we are asked a question on the basis of those lines. So the next question number 5 is in the extra question. Read the line from the story and answer the questions that are followed after that line. So let me write one reference number 1. This is such a good news. This is such good news. Such good news means, wow, what a good news. This is such good news. But who spoke these words and to whom they spoke these words? That's why I told you to revise the chapter again and again. At least 5 times you revise each and every dialogue of all the characters in this chapter. Who spoke these words to whom? Because any type of question can be asked from within your chapter, from the middle of your chapter, any line can be given in the exam and you should remember that who spoke this line to whom. Okay. Now, this is the reference or this is the context which is given in your book. Now, what is the question? On the basis of this reference, we need to solve the question answer. Now, question number A. What is the question number A? Who is the speaker? Now you can recall that who spoke this word. This is such a good news. Who spoke this? Can you remember? Huh? Okay. If you remember, it's well and good. Who is the speaker? The speakers are Jim and Molly. Who spoke these words? Both the both the children together they spoke these words. This is such a good news means Jim and Molly together they spoke this word. So answer is the speakers are Jim and Molly. Speaker means who is saying these words. That person is called speaker. And who is listener? The person who is hearing that words, who is listening that words, is that person is called listener. Speaker बोलने वाला, listener सुनने वाला. So who is the speaker? These 2 children. They spoke this word together with. The speakers are Jim and Molly. Or you can write Jim and Molly are the speakers. Either way you can write. Question number B. What is the good news? What was the good news? Why they were so happy, Jim and Molly? What was the good news? if you remember the chapter or the story, what was the good news given by the ranger? The news was that, the good news was that the airline company, airline wanted to transport their goods. They wanted to transport their goods south for free. The good news told by the ranger was that the airline wanted to transport your goods or their goods for free. No money is needed. For free. Why? Since, because they had saved the wild goose, because Jim and Molly, they both saved a wild goose, the life of wild goose. That's why the airline company was very very happy, and they were giving them the offer to transport that goose from north to south for free. That was the good news. Understood? So one reference and two questions. Question A, question B. Now the second reference. One more reference. This question answer is prepared by me myself, because that can be asked in the exam also. Next reference. Can we find out how much it would cost now? This was the dialogue. This was the line which you can see in your chapter. Can we find out how much money it would cost? How much money we need to pay to airline? Now, who spoke this line? Recall. Memorize the chapter. Who said this to whom? At least 5 times you read the full chapter. That's why I am repeating you again and again. So now on the basis of this reference, question number A. Who is asking this to whom? Who is asking the question to whom? Because this is a question. Can you see the question mark? This is a question. Can we find out how much it would cost? Means some person is asking to someone else. So who are this person? Who is asking the question and who is listening this question? So who is asking to whom? That is the question. Who is asking this question to whom? Means who is the speaker, who is saying, and who is the listener, who is listening. Okay. Now, if you remember the story, this question was asked by Molly to her mother when she found some paper, some piece of paper on which the drawing of an airplane was there and something was written there on the bottom of the paper, advertisement. So Molly is asking this question to her mother. Molly is asking these questions to her mother. Question number B. What does it refer to here? What does it refer here in this line? Can we find out how much it would cost? It means what? What she wanted to know means for what she wanted to know the cost. Cost means price. She wanted to know the price of what? If you remember the story, the mother suggested her to write a letter to airline. Why? Because she don't know the cost of crate. Cost of crate. It means crate. Crate means the wooden box which is needed to transport the goods. that box, that is called crate. The wooden box to transport the goods from one place to other place, that box is called crate. So it means crate. She wanted to know the price of crate. So answer is it. It refers to the crate here. It refers to crate. She wanted to know the price of crate. Question number C. What does the word cost means? Now, what does this word cost means? Means what is the meaning of the word cost? What is the meaning of this word cost? Cost means price of something. Just like this marker. The cost of this marker is 20 rupees. The cost of this marker is 20 rupees. So, cost means price. So, this type of question can also be asked, that what does the word cost mean, or what is the meaning of the word cost? Answer: the word cost means price. The word cost means price of something. Price, money. So these are the extra questions from my side. Okay, in these extra questions, 2 extra questions are related to the reference to the context type questions. So these question answers you need to note down. After just where you finish this question answer, you can start your extra question answers from this here only in your CW notebook. So this is all about the explanation of your extra question answers, which I am providing you in your WhatsApp group. So you can note it down in your fair notebook. And is there any doubt still? Still, if you have any doubt, you can click a photo and you can WhatsApp it me, and you can ask me, sir, that I am not understood this question number 2. So you can personally call me. I can explain you on the phone also that what is the meaning or explanation of that question which you didn't understand still. I can explain you, okay? But whatever work you are doing in your CW notebook, personally, please provide me on my WhatsApp number. You can give me your short screenshots. You can click your notebooks and you can share with me, sir, that I have done this work. So, and I am very happy that most of our 4th class students, they are doing their work regularly and they are in contact with me. So this is all about this chapter. Now this chapter number 1 is totally complete, and we have done all the things. We have done explanation, we have done word meanings, we have done dictation words, new words which we have learned from this chapter. Then we have done explanation of the question answers, then reference to the context type question answer. Some exercise are also given in the after the chapter in the exercise, some book exercise. So that book exercise we have solved in the book only, and I have already told you in the video what exercise you need to put down in your notebook and what you need not to note down in your notebook. That is clear. And then these extra questions which we have all discussed today, that you need to note it down in your literature part. Now in the language part, as we have divided in our notebook into 2 parts. The second part where you need to start with the index, then you need to start with the chapter number 1, grammar, noun and punctuation. 2 topics are there that you need to note it down there in the grammar portion. So up to here we have done this much. If you still have any doubt, you can contact me, you can WhatsApp me, you can call me, okay? Then I can explain you all the things. Okay, so now all the best. Complete your this chapter, revise it. I am again and again telling you that you just revise this chapter again and again and again. Means at least 5 times. If you have done it 5 times, there is no any question difficult for you if randomly any question is asked in your chapter. Okay. So thank you. Have a nice day. Take care.